So how much do you need to retire? Well, if you're in your 40s or 50s and you haven't asked yourself this question, it may be worthy of some consideration. G'day everyone, I'm Paul and welcome to Living Life, the channel that's all things related to retirement, the wonderful world of travel and having a purpose in life. So this is definitely one of those how long is a piece of string questions, because if you ask or listen to any financial planner, they'll say this is the most common question that they're asked and the most difficult one to answer. Why? Because there's no one size fits all. Everybody's situation is different. And whilst I'm not here to tell you or suggest what that number should be, I am, however, going to share with you some of my experiences that put me in good stead to make that determination, together with some planning tools that both the Australian and UK governments provide to help get you started. When I was in my late 40s, it became obvious to me that I should start seriously looking into this. So what I did is approach the financial advisor retirement planner. And when I stated that to them, their response was, yes, absolutely, because it now matters. And now when I look back over a decade later, three things come to mind. Yes, they were right. Secondly, it was a good decision. Bloody hell, time has flown. Utilising the services of a financial/retirement planner is worthy of consideration. And I'll come back to that in a minute. But there are some simple things that you can do to get the ball rolling, to become invested in your future needs in the lead up to retirement. I'm also going to share with you how you may be able to immediately bolster your own superannuation or pension fund, so stick around. As mentioned, both the Australian and UK governments have some useful tools to get you started on this journey, and I'll leave all the links below. But just to focus on what Australia has in this area, the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, ASFA, provides the ASFA Retirement Standard. Bloody hell, that's plenty to get your mouth around, let alone your head. Quick bit of information about ASFA. Well, it's been operating since 1962. It is the peak policy, research and advocacy body of Australian superannuation industry. Again, plenty to get your head around. The website and associated documents are pretty easy to understand, so let's dive in and have a quick look at some of the key points.
Okay, so this is ASFA's homepage, and when scrolling down the page, you'll arrive at the two key focus areas. So the top one is a suggested estimate of how much you'll spend in retirement, which essentially is an annual budget, with the bottom one being the suggested lump sum you'll need for retirement at age 67, which could be made up of superannuation, savings, other investments and or liquid assets. And just to note, these suggested estimates determined by ASFA take into account CPI and are updated quarterly to reflect that, and are based on a life expectancy of 85. So before getting into the numbers, ASFA makes a distinction between a comfortable and modest retirement, which the downloadable booklets explain. But in simple speak, it's the difference between the type of car you may own, having basic or premium health cover, being able to have an international holiday as opposed to a domestic one, etc. It's also assumed that the retiree owns their own home, is relatively healthy, and that they will trigger the age pension at 67. So as for estimates for a couple to enjoy a comfortable lifestyle, their annual expenditure is going to be around $73,000 per annum or $48,000 for a modest lifestyle. For a single, it's $52,000 for comfortable and $33,000 for modest. Moving on to suggested lump sum at 67, it's $690K for a couple and $595 for a single. And for a modest lifestyle and retirement, as suggests that both a couple and a single person will need a $100,000 lump sum. Now these numbers of course are just a guide, but at least offer some sort of starting point if you've not really considered it previously.
Now I totally get that this can be a bit overwhelming and a bit spooky for some of you, but don't worry, it was to me also. I, for one, definitely understand what it's like if you're in your 40s. You're probably at the peak of your career, got mortgage stress, there's kids, there's families. In my case, I was doing a business degree. There's a lot to take in and life is definitely getting in the way. So maybe a financial or retirement planner could come into play here. They can look at your situation and map out a plan for you, personally designed to your circumstance. Typically, this can be done at no cost or no obligation for the initial consultation. They're experts in this area and a proper credential planner is there to assist you, not intimidate, spook you or pressure you. They also have to comply to a strict code of ethics as outlined on the ASIC website. I sought the services of a good financial planner more than 10 years ago, who not only mapped out a plan for me, but they really opened up my eyes to numerous investment opportunities. And to be quite frank with you, they pulled my head out of the sandbucket of ignorance and reluctance. So how do you find a good financial planner? Well, as a starting point, I'd suggest having a chat to friends. They're going to be peers in a similar situation to you. They may well already have a good financial planner that they could recommend. Another good avenue would be is to have a look at the website of the Financial Advice Association Australia. They're an accredited body that financial planners are members of. The other thing, of course, I'd suggest is once you do find somebody you think might be suitable for you, check out their reviews. As I mentioned earlier, there could be an immediate way for you to bolster your superannuation or pension fund. That's by checking to see if you have any lost or unclaimed super. Check out the key numbers in this article, especially if you've changed employers several times in recent years, as you might have some lost super there. This can be transferred and consolidated into one account, one set of fees, and let the compounding effect do its job. Here's where you can go to find any lost super. Obviously, your superannuation or pension fund will be a key plan of your overall retirement plan. So it really is worth investing the time to look into it and understand it more. Without it being a constant here on the channel, I have earmarked some future videos for all things superannuation and retirement, but I hope at least this video can act as a starting point to get you going on this journey. As always, guys, I'm keen to hear your thoughts and comments. If you found today's content useful, give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.